What up, y'all? It's your girl Ashley. I be balling with I be balling basketball show. We're gonna recap the NBA All Star Weekend. There was a lot of talk about, is this the right, format of four teams playing the rising stars, adding them to the All Star Weekend? Draymond Green didn't like it. He was like, "Nah, they gotta earn to play on Sunday." That's what he was saying. And I think the weekend it was, the celebrity game was nice, some good entertainment that wise. And then there was a Rising Stars game, right? The upcoming rookies and sophomores. And then there was Saturday, right? And skills challenge, it was kind of boring. The Cavs won, but this
The
Team Spurs
Spurs.
got disqualified. Because at first I was like, well, they found a quick way to get, to make it quicker time. But they was like, no,
No,
those
no,
shots weren't
no.
real shots. Because they
Matumbo
wasn't
and
really shooting.
Matumbo. No, 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 no.
No, 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 no. And that was real funny because Chris Paul he
He
was
was mad.
upset.
But that's
That
his
was
fault.
funny.
But that's his fault, man. No,
That was
because here's what happened. I'm watching, I'm sitting on my phone, right? And I saw Wemby and Chris just going like this with the ball. Like, I'm like, but I couldn't hear it. So I
right.
was just watching it. I'm like, oh wow, is this new? But you don't have to do that no more. So I'm like, okay. But then I saw all the other players,
Yeah.
shoot it. I'm like, well, they didn't do that. And then I saw a dude who was like kind of from security or something like that talking to them about something. And then the announce the analyst that night had walked the tour, but the dude had told her to walk off. I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
okay. But again, I
Yeah.
know what was going on. I just knew that I found out later on that they were disqualified. I'm like, and again, I found out that's why because Wendy was like, he had to, and then Chris Martin did the same thing. I'm like, wow,
That was funny. And they was getting booed too. Like afterwards they got booed by the
I'm
crowd for doing
man, I was booing too,
that.
like,
That
bro,
was
man, y'all
funny.
cheating.
That was funny.
I know, hey,
Oh,
no, Chris Paul.
forgot. This is my guest, my dope guest, John. He's always, showing up on the podcast talking hoops. Got to introduce you. The JON.
It- oh yeah, it's all good, man. It's your boy Jonathan, man. I'm on Assie's podcast right now. Thank you for the invite as usual. You know,
Got a clean line and
oh,
hairline,
oh,
fresh,
appreciate it, man. I
beard,
got this.
beard looking fresh.
Oh yeah, I got this. What, Friday?
Got some waves. Got
Oh,
the
oh,
juju hair bun.
oh yeah,
That's
Juju
what I
here.
call it now.
Yeah, yeah. Man, that's crazy. You said that. Wait, hold on. Was it her that said that? I think she doesn't even know how to do a man bun. I think either her mom
Oh
does.
yeah, her mom does it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I wish my mom would do mine. Because again, I don't know how to do it. I might just have what I'm saying, my barber do it.
All right, all
I
right, all
be,
right.
yeah, yeah. Because I
They
wish I
had
knew how to
that
do it.
do rag.
Man, yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. Like it was just funny, man. Like Chris Paul, like it was probably his idea too.
Yeah, I bet. And he's like I think he's in that president basketball
Uh, uh, yeah,
NBPA or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's
Man,
funny.
that's mm-mm-mm.
Um, I was rooting for Dame to
Hey,
three-peat,
what? Hey, hey, what if it wasn't Chris Paul? It was Cliff Paul who told him to do that.
Yep, that's what it was. Cliff
Mhm,
call you in trouble.
exactly. Tell your
State
brothers to
Farm.
do that.
State
Mhm.
Farm. That's funny. But yeah, I was rooting for, Dame time to three-peat, but he
Oh
got
my
out in the first round.
God. The first round. And plus he hit the first five, I think.
Dame got out first round. I was very surprised. But, Tyler Hero won. You know, Buddy Hill gave him a run for his money. A lot of people say they like the shooting contest more than the dunk contest. Mac McClung won. I knew he was going to win 3 in a row. No one's ever done that. And Nate Robinson joined him. Oh, well, Nate Robinson won 3, but not 3 in a row, I don't think. Castle, he did his thing, but the Bucks, man,
Oh my
Dame got
God.
out in the first
Oh,
round, and Ajax, he was very bad.
terrible.
Bad. And that Bull rookie was bad. I wasn't expecting Ajax to be that bad, but
But man, when dude jumped over that car though, and oh my God, like here's the thing, Blake Griffin, he jumped over the hood. He
right.
didn't jump over the car. This dude jumped over the car,
Yup.
over the
And,
car, and he was the shortest dunker.
yeah.
So I'm just like, wow, that was crazy. So that was dope. But yeah, though, how do you feel about people tweeting about what they gonna do next year with Giannis and Ja and Zach Levine?
Man, dude, y'all better stop tweeting about it and be about it.
Man.
John Morant's on about, oh, this making me, Matt making me want to, like, dude, seriously, John Morant, you would really kill this contest, but you don't want to lose. I feel like a lot of the top players, they don't want to come out and put a show on for the fans because they like, oh, I'm gonna get injured, or sometimes they don't want to lose or be embarrassed. They missing dunks and stuff. But that's what fans want to see. They want to see Zion. They want to see John Morant, and I wouldn't mind and Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon doing it. They obviously older now, but
Yeah.
they still got that lift. Well, Levine got that lift. I don't know if Jordan still got that lift, but Jordan, he's been cheated so many times. I
Yeah,
don't
he
think
like
he
nah,
gonna
he
do
like
it.
nah, he like nah, man. No, I'm tired of y'all.
And I'm like, come on, man, give the fans what they want. It's like LeBron James too. Like all the
He
star
promised to do it.
players,
He
yeah,
promised to do it.
all the star players used to do it back in the day. Dr. J, MJ, and
Oh,
now all of a sudden it's changed.
yeah,
Like, come on, guys.
exactly.
What? And I feel like if they don't want to dunk, get some street dunkers. There's some great dunkers that not in the NBA, but they dunking online and stuff. They killing it. And I'm like, get them or somebody. And I think the problem is we need more Mac McClums in terms of the
A create.
creativity.
Yeah, there was no
Don't
creativity. There was no creativity in this year's dunk contest at all. It was terrible. That's why Jackson Jr. like, bro, really? Come on,
I
bro.
feel like a lot of the dunkers, it's almost like, oh, you want me to dunk? Sure, I'll dunk. But they don't really take time to practice or really think of creativity, think outside the box. Obviously a lot of dunks been done before, but how can you make it, better? How can you twist things up? That's why Aaron Gordon's was so great because he had props and he did stuff that we haven't seen before. And that's why Mac is winning because he's short, but
He
Gil
was more creative.
Gilbert Arenas, huh?
He was more creative. None of them
Yeah,
dudes were creative at all.
yeah,
What's name? Castle was kind of was, but because
yeah.
but he was dope though.
Yeah, I liked Castle. He definitely showed off his potential because he got the Rising Stars MVP. That was dope.
Hmm.
So the Spurs got a real one.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah,
I feel like there should be a application. Don't
yeah.
do an
No,
application. What dunk are you going to do? And if
oh, okay.
it's
I was gonna
not
say
creative,
no.
get your
No.
butt out of here. They need to
No.
see the dunks before the dunk contest
Yes,
because it's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith. came up with this idea over a year ago. He should get some, like you said earlier, get some dudes from online or on YouTube who know how to dunk for real. An NBA player can sponsor that person. First prize could be like $1 million. Second prize could be like 500,000. Third, two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be nice. And like, the NBA player could maybe be a passer on one of them, or you
Yeah,
could dunk
yeah,
over one
yeah,
of 'em,
yeah,
that
yeah,
could be a
yeah,
part of
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because again, without put on the show, like they just ain't creative. Like just because you got highlight reels, these dunk contests show like just because you got highlight reels in games doesn't mean you can just dunk. Like be creative
Yeah.
dunk. So yeah, so these dunk contests just proved it. But yeah though, if they Giannis was in a dunk contest, but he didn't do all that well. But if he would hit that one dunk though, the Greek god or something, it was called the Greek god of dunk or something like that. If he would have hit it, then it would have been dope. But he didn't make it.
Yeah, he was kind of like young then too.
Yeah, yeah.
I think instead of the skills challenge, because I feel like the skills challenge is a little boring. Like,
Yeah.
those type of skill challenges are like for little kids. I think they should do a one-on-one tournament or a two-on-two tournament or a three-on-three tournament, because I don't know if you saw the women's unrivaled one-on-one tournament, but it was dope. It was competitive. It was playing defense. You
Yeah.
could see the different type of offensive moves they got, the up and unders, the fadeaways, the handles.
But didn't old girl from Minnesota win the whole thing?
Yeah, Nafisa,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
they call her Fee
Yeah,
Collier,
yeah, 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 yeah.
from Minnesota Lynx. Yeah, she
Oh yeah.
killed it.
Oh yeah. So did she beat what's the name of Skylar? Or did somebody else do it?
No, Skylar, she lost. She played like she won like 2 games, but lost the third one.
Okay.
But Skylar was good too.
Yeah. I know. She was doing the Hamby. I was like, wow. And Hamby tall. So I was just
Yep,
like, wow.
yep. You saw guards and bigs. It was real good, and I think the NBA should do it. But I feel like there's like egos involved. They
Oh
might not
yeah,
want to
oh
be
yeah, oh yeah,
exposed or
oh yeah.
lose.
They're like, so what you think you better than me now? You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be something
Yeah.
like that. Especially
Um,
somebody like Kyrie or KD or something like that.
Kyrie could win the whole thing because he got those handles and he got the jump. He got the best handles in the world. Kyrie, I think even Kyrie said like he'd be open to do it, if the NBA does a one-on-one tournament. I think he was like, where there's smoke, there's fire. And so a lot of, because I feel like you see videos of a lot of the best players doing 1v1 at USA basketball practice. So why can't you do it in front of the cameras, where everybody looking at you? You do it in practice with your teammates in the regular season, and with USA basketball, we see you doing one-on-one, you know? So put it in front of the whole world, because the skills challenge, that's just like a little appetizer, it's like putting some bread on some butter, before the dinner, but it ain't that great.
I know
But
it's just like a little like appetizer, like you said.
yeah, it ain't that great, they gotta
It
do
ain't
something.
it ain't the full meal. We want that full meal. It's all about that final
Yeah,
force.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I learned that, because the All-Star game, it was the games were okay. There was a couple of highlights, but it was okay, right? It wasn't spectacular. But the main problem was it was a lot of stoppages, a lot of commercials, a lot of ads. It was a lot of talking too in between the
You know
games.
what's crazy? I saw a stat on Instagram that did say that it was like 2 hours of commercials, but like only like 30 minutes of the game or something like that. I can't
It
remember what it
was
said.
it was 42 minutes of actual basketball being played, and it was like 3 hours of like The whole program was 3 hours, and of those 3 hours, only 42 minutes of basketball was played. The
That's
rest,
crazy.
there was a lot of breaks. There was a performance, and there was a tribute, and there was just a lot of joking and talking. And a fan did win money. Mr. Beast came out, and Damian Lillard was shooting with him, and he had to make a shot before Dame did to win like $100,000, and he did it like at the last second. So
Oh
that was
wow, that's
nice.
dope.
That guy won. But we want to see basketball. We don't want to see a bunch of analysts talking all day. Like y'all get to talk before the game and after the game. Not, let's take a break here. Let's take a break there. Let's talk here. Let's talk there. Like, no, what are we doing? But some people are like, make it, USA versus the world. Some people are like, let's go back to East and West. I wonder if they should do like a 20s versus 30s thing. If you're in your 20s, get to play against the 30s and 40s players. I don't know. They gotta come up with something because this whole format of the 14s was ridiculous. But I kind of knew Shaq or Chuck's team would win. Um, Shaq team won, but I feel like if Giannis played, Chuck's team could have, got the win.
I was just about to say that, like, oh yeah, Giannis team. I mean, if Giannis would have played, man. For a minute, I thought he was playing because he was suited up.
I think that was just to take the pictures.
Oh, okay. But man, though LeBron didn't suit up. Man, yeah, that's another topic. I heard that he changed his mind last minute that he wasn't gonna play,
Yeah,
and a lot of people
and
had a problem with that because it could have meant somebody else could play.
yeah, and
But but I
Ant-Man
don't
didn't
know
play either.
who.
Anthony Edwards, he said a groin injury, so he didn't play either. And those are
Wow.
two top popular players. So
So my question is this: do you think that LeBron changed his mind last minute because he was afraid that his streak was going to end or something of being an All Star?
I think
I
they
don't
would
know.
have took it away. Even if you like get injured, you
You're
still
still
an
an All Star,
all-star.
yeah, exactly. So
So then
I
I
don't
don't know, where could you have injured yourself?
exactly
Practicing, you don't really practice for the
All Star.
like you practice,
You
but it's
shoot
more so
around,
like for the fans to see you like shoot around. You ain't really practicing like heavy, so I don't know what happened, but it was a late scratch and
two of them.
yep, two big stars that people want to see. You could have had LaMelo down there. But
A Maxi and Lamelo, but Lamelo should have been already in there regardless.
even Sabonis, he's balling this year for the Kings. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
I don't care him. Lamelo not making the All Star team. All Star team was like the biggest snub to me.
so
Mhm.
speaking of snubs, this is another one. This is another good idea that I thought of. What if you don't count it as an all-star, but you invite the snubs to play against the actual all-stars? Like maybe pick the top 5 snub players and maybe I don't know if they would actually go because it wouldn't count as an
All
all-star
Star,
tournament,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like you can call them team snubs or
Uh,
something.
But here's the thing though, who would consider them a snub? Like would they, you know what I'm saying? Unless they have like unless somebody like picks out players and they be like, oh wow, he was a snub. He could probably play.
Yeah,
Or
some people, yeah. Yeah. Some people say like, who's your top 5 players that got snubbed? But I guess you can't. But still a team full of snubs, that's a lot, like 10. That's a lot. But
Yeah.
Curry won, All-Star MVP Kobe. It's named after Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
I feel like overall, this wasn't the best game. It wasn't the best. Nothing was really the best. I think Matt McClung really saved it from being
Oh
a
yeah.
waste of time. His dunks. But overall, it was too much. This format should never happen again. It was too much talking, too many breaks. You could you was building some
Furniture.
dressers and stuff like that. You could have built dressers, during the
Uh,
commercials. Like you could
it was that
write
bad, huh?
paper, like we supposed to have nonstop action, not this breaks,
Yeah.
breaks, and fastest team to get to 40. And it's like, what are we watching that we don't see in a regular season game anyway? Like
Yeah.
a lot of players aren't really, you know, doing any tricks like all the time. They might do one trick, but like whatever happened to those rivalry matchups where, 1v1 highlights. It
Man,
ain't
that won't
like,
be. Whoever came up with that was dope. And guess what? It's also great that they did that due to the fact that their season, their season, it doesn't have to end. So they're still hooping.
yeah,
So that's dope.
I think, and I know like money doesn't really matter to these guys, but maybe you can bump up the prize money to 1 million. I don't know what you can do to get the best dunkers in, or players to play 101. And it's a lot of talk about that too, getting a 1v1 tournament. And I'm like, don't talk about it, be about it. You could have did it this year if you want it. So and I really want to know who came up with this format and all the breaks. Because if it's 3 hours of television time and only 42 minutes played, you had to have mapped out this, whole thing, the whole time that it would take to do all these breaks and ads. Who even when you figure out, there's not a lot of basketball being played here. You should switch up the format. I don't know. It's like people not putting their thinking caps on. What would you improve to All Star Weekend, the dunk contest, the All Star game? What would you want? How would you improve it?
I'll get better dunk. Well, here's the thing. Like you said, I'll probably do like a tryout for the dunks because again, we can't like if you're not creative, then you're not gonna win. Or at least make the dunks you're being creative on. So
Yeah,
just so it don't really need no improvement, just get better, be more excited. I
yeah,
remember when it was in Charlotte, it was yeah, it was dope because they had both Curry brothers in the 3-point contest. So that was dope. So it just be more creative with the events. But like I told you, I didn't see the actual All-Star game because I was busy. But at the same time, like actually watching like Saturday, I mean, it was cool. It was cool. It was just when it came to the dunk contest, we like, bro, like y'all not making nothing except for Mac, so and Castle. So
and
like
yeah,
I'm like, y'all breaking all these dunks, man. Just make something. So but other than that, I mean, for what you told me about the All Star, I mean, apparently a lot of people didn't like the format. Um, but it's the player's fault.
exactly. You can't complain
I
about it.
mean, yeah. So like if they'll be more competitive, then yeah. But if it ain't no lick of defense at all, then what you gonna do?
Yeah, The last competitive one I saw was like when Kobe first died. They really wanted to, play for Kobe.
But they should
And
be doing that before he died and after he died. So it's just it's crazy. But
and
but yeah, though, there's been some players that don't want to play in All Star game due to the fact that they want to spend time with their families. And I remember Rasheed Wallace was mad that he made it. Keep in mind, he was mad that he made it. Because again, he want to spend time with his family because I think um I think he had to, either he made it as a sub or he got picked for a replacement. And he was like, "Damn, I want to spend time with my family." So a lot of people will see that as like family time more than anything.
they got to figure out something because
Yeah, a lot of
product,
people. I mean, now to experience the whole weekend is cool, but actually going to the games, man, they got to be more exciting because you got to think people are paying good money to come see all these all stars, these future Hall of Famers in
mhm,
one gym. Like, bro, like you can't be cheating the fans like this.
yeah. And a lot of players always be like, "Oh, I love this game and I would never cheat the game." Like you are cheating, the
Yeah,
game
yeah,
and the fans.
yeah.
So, and I get it. You're tired, you want a break, but that's what the week is for. The weekend is for, the fans. And then come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, go on a little
But
vacay,
at the same time, yeah, man. I mean, again, like you said, we're all human. We all need breaks. We all need tired. I mean, so we all be tired. But at the same time, like this is what you sign up for. This is why you get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars. And like, it's a blessing to be in a position. And it's not for everybody because it's a different life because you got to think you're always on a plane, you're always traveling. That
Yeah.
could mentally, that could like just turn on you. Like that could be it's a bro, unless you just like traveling, then that's fine. But for some people who ain't never been in that life like that, just constantly hopping on from plane to plane to plane, going from city to city to city, it may not be for everybody.
Mental draining
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah. You like, dang, I gotta get on the plane again. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of people
Yeah.
don't see it like that. But as you get older, you be like, dang, these dudes get on from plane to plane to plane. They may have to do a
Yeah.
commercial. Then they might do it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot.
They are wealthy though.
Yeah,
They get
exactly.
that money. Their
Yeah,
family
exactly.
set for life,
Eh,
generations.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So that's what they sign up for.
it's like a balance.
Hmm.
But I think, they'll come up with something creative. They'll probably keep innovating and creating different ideas until the right formula and till they get it right.
Yeah,
Because they want to continue to make money. And if the fans not happy, then the
yeah,
money going, product, the ratings, they're important. So they're probably going to keep trying to figure out some way to, improve the whole weekend, the game, Saturday night. But I think also when you compare other years, I think that's what makes it more harder because, like, if this was your first All Star game experience, weekend experience watching it, and you have nothing to compare it to, you might say, hey, it was okay, it was good. But if you look at the early 2000s and the 90s, then if you're comparing it to some of the best All Star weekends or best All Star games or best, dunk contests, then that's where it gets hard because how can you top that or even get to that level again? You want to get to that level again. And also rivalries. When Nate Robinson dunked over Dwight Howard because Dwight Howard was like Superman and he was winning dunk contests, and Nate Robinson came out with green kryptonite, thing. So that made that exciting. And I don't know, they got to come up with something, some creative thing, something.
yeah. Mhm.
And you got all year to figure it out. So
Yeah,
there's no excuses.
yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to say before wrap it up?
No, no, not really. Just it does have to get better. So I just hope that it gets better next year. Hopefully, it won't be the same format.
Yeah.
Hope, but they got a lot of creative thinking to do.
Yeah, And I did like that Wemby. Wemby did take it seriously. He was playing hard. We need more players like that because I think some players just like it on their resume, but they don't really like
Yeah,
but and maybe that's what some of the dunkers feel like. Maybe Ajax was like, hey, sure, I'll do the dunk contest, but didn't really put any effort in it. Maybe because maybe the contestants just get paid. Maybe, I don't know. But you don't want to get embarrassed like that either.
oh, man.
So,
I mean, he got embarrassed. He was embarrassed.
and like all these missed dunks, like you need to get it right at least on the third try, or don't even try anymore
Yeah, yeah,
because it's awful. Just
yeah,
and that's what I like about Mac too, creative, but he makes his dunks on the
yeah.
first try.
Yeah. He jumped out of the car on the first. Well, I think he attempted, but then he missed. I mean, he didn't miss the dunk, but he.
It was the guy holding the ball.
Yeah. But he
Yeah,
did on the first try, though. Like the first
yeah,
try. That was a
yeah,
harder dunk. That was a harder dunk than the other ones.
yeah. And
So
like if you notice, he gets excited about his dunks also. Like some of these dunkers, after they make the dunk, they not really excited. So we ain't gonna get excited if you ain't.
exactly.
Like especially if you took like 5 tries to do it. We ain't excited.
No, no, it's not.
But yeah, they'll figure out something. They'll figure out something. But I think a lot of those players that was tweeting,
But you don't think it's
I
gonna happen?
believe it when I see it, man. I believe it when I see it. And I think Giannis said his Twitter got hacked or something.
Yeah, he
Like you didn't really
lying. He
say.
lying. He lying.
Oh my goodness.
That boy lying.
Yeah. I think it was just joking, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. But we do want to see Ja because he's little. We do like little guys winning. But Gilbert Arenas was like, you know, it took a G leaguer to really save the dunk
Yeah, G
contest,
leaguer, dude.
which
That's
is a
that's
little
what
bad
that's
when you
more
think about
embarrassing.
it.
These dudes aren't. Yeah, from what I saw, he's not making that much money right now. And y'all are the multi-millionaires, and y'all can't do a decent dunk. Like, bro, come on.
Like, come on, guys, you're the all stars. You should be able to do this with ease. And I think I'm not sure, but his dunk earnings, like his max NBA dunk contest earnings, is more than his actual basketball salary. And I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
oh my goodness, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, thanks, John, for joining. You're always a good, dope guest. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what would you do to improve the whole NBA All Star Weekend. Thanks for joining. Stay balling.
They balling like Giannis. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
stay balling and shot calling.
All right.
Peace.